All right, so we inside St. Thomas Carnival again 2026, and we bringing you all the in-depth correspondence with all the artists, performers that are going to be inside the Carnival Village. We have no other than Neutron, GBM Neutron here.
Yeah.
No stranger to the game. I mean, this gentleman, when you're talking about catalog, from bubbling, all them tune, to picture frame now, which we're going to get into a little bit, right? You have music out there. I mean, how do you get Neutron? How long we talking now, brother? Professionally. Because I
Boy,
know you've been doing stuff
yeah.
so professionally.
I'm proud to say at this point in time, it's double digits.
Nice.
A journey. I mean, a journey you and all
Yeah,
would be aware of the
of
early
course, man.
days
Yes, man.
coming to your spot
But
with
yeah,
Kevin Carter to
yep,
release music.
yep.
It's been a long while. Again, I will just leave it at double digits, right? But it's been long like that, and it's been a beautiful journey. I'm really happy and feel blessed to be here.
Well, listen, we appreciate you because you've been putting out consistent music. And I was just talking to Wally, GB, right? And we talk about the chemistry between you 2 and you guys, you actually do a lot of production with most of your stuff, right? That chemistry between you 2, when you find somebody like that, how relate to that for me?
I mean, it's like a mentorship. It's like you have a big brother in the business basically. You have somebody that have a lot of experience. For anybody that familiar with the brand GB, God bless. You
Of
would
course.
that's the days of D Life. You understand? David Levy, GB, God bless. I'm back to basic. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
It's like you're talking about. You're talking about a circle and network of individuals that really dedicated to the culture, dedicated to the craft, the DJing, the understanding of the music, the passion. It's like a passionate network now. So being able to collaborate with that kind of energy just kind of gives me like a 10 up, not even a 1 up, a 10 up, because you know again, the experiences of that network, that individual, you understand, in the room there with me while I bring in my fresh energy and I bring in my ideas, that person there to remind you that nothing new under the sun,
Right.
but also now guide and add their experience input into something that they might have experienced before, but now they become interested in the way that you bring in it. In this, you bring in this new energy to it. It's just like a mix of creative energies from experience to new intuition. Something that might have been done before, but it didn't get a lot of light on it.
Right.
Now this person experience able to add
Exactly.
to, well, I see this before, but it didn't work this time.
It didn't look like this.
Yeah, it didn't look like this. But now, maybe we could swing it this way. And just that has led to many collaborations. For a lot of people who know the GBM history, you would be aware of the early collaborations with Marshall Montano,
Yes.
Destra Garcia, you understand, Farmer Nappy, then Ravi B. Like these connections all happen under that guidance, under as I would say, that experience.
I mean,
Mentorship.
as you say that, right? Because of how we move so fast paced now because of social media. Look, you bring a whole array of stuff that I knew, but it wasn't in the forefront. I mean, from working with Marshall, you guys used to be hands-on right there with Marshall. You guys, Destra, all these things. When you look at stuff like that, Neutron, and in terms of what you're doing now, is there anything from that you would ever change?
No, I mean, not a thing.
Not a thing,
Not
right?
a thing, because, that's the experience of life, right? That's the journey. It's like everything happened to lead me to this point, to where I am now. And everything has been informative.
Right.
In a spiritual way, even, is like some things you gotta remember in life everything temporary, right? And it have some things like, okay, sometimes in the business people tend to say, well, you was doing this at this point in time, and now you're doing something else. How come you're not doing that anymore? Because of, you know, learning and growth, and again, everything being temporary. And when you're functioning with a certain purpose, you know, you just get to realize over time that God shifting you and moving you from place to place, position to position, in order to continue to fulfill the purpose now, boy. So there's nothing on the journey that I regret, because everything has been like a learning experience. Everything that I've been through and that I've shared with others as well up to this point is what kind of make me who I am now, and gives me the confidence that I have, and the energy that I bring to my music and to my stage performance, you know, is all like perfect.
And as you're talking about that, we were talking last night briefly about you being in the studio with a particular track. And every time you would play this track, you have to go and play it back.
Yeah.
And you made a point. You made me think, you know what I mean, when you say that is the one. Because of that.
Listen, it's like that's from experience too, because, you know, in the creation, in the creative process, especially in this music business where you have competition and stuff like that, you know, some people buy into that, and it could give you like anxiety, or it could create expectation where you want to deliver a certain way, right? So you're always looking for the one, you're always looking for that hit song, the monster, whatever, right? And for me, in my experience, I get to realize that that song, that one song is basically the song that every time you're listening to that song, it has some reason, something happening that you had to start that track again over from the beginning. Like, you know, you're listening to 4 or 5 songs at the same time, you know. But when you get to that song, so a call or something come in, and it's like God telling you, pull up that now. After you take a call, you have to answer that person, you know. But you have to tell them, hey, I'm going to call you back there, listening to something, and you have to start the song over again from the beginning. And then you lose yourself in the song, and then 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and you realize, wait, now I just missed 10 seconds, or was I had to start it over again. So that is, for me, that now I see it as, that is like the divine pull-up now, boy.
Right.
You know, start it again, listen to it again, and every time you listen to it and you take it in, it feeling fresh, and, you know, it's still carrying that energy.
And that came from over the years of experience, because I can tell from earlier on, you never used to, you didn't analyze that is what you had to do. Now as experience coming now, you know.
You're paying attention to what actually happening. You're using discernment and observation to you not in control.
Right.
But you're just letting it happen in front of you, and you're observing, and you're going with the flow then. You're going with that flow now.
Picture frame.
Yeah.
Brother, I gave you my thoughts on that song. I played that song, and it was for predominantly Jamaican diaspora. And a man called in and he said, pull that up, pull that up, pull that up. You can't play that yet. You can't play that in a soca segment. And I was like, what are you talking about? He said, brother, I dance soul. I said, but just soul? He said, I said, you know who do this? They said, no. I said, this is GBM Neutron. Way, boy. And they started the thing. Now, picture frame. Was that the intent?
Yeah, after Carnival. So, for Carnival that just passed,
right,
2026, the team and myself, you know, we did a lot of work. We had 2 shows in Trinidad, you know, our major show, Sala Soca. Then we also had a collaborative event with Nyla, which was an acoustic event, right? We put out an EP in the Carnival season of 7 songs, really technically 8 because we added a bonus song on there, right?
Right.
And this is things that we haven't done before. So internally, this is our wins, these are our goals, these are our successes for the season. And you know, we put out all this music, and it's like, well, we know how the game goes, right? It's like, you know, everything with social media now is marketing and spoon feeding, but again, going with a divine spirit, going with energy, you know. I have so much music, and we constantly creating, and then Kenwin back in the studio himself too. So now he creating, and his beats on beats and projects, and other people sending stuff. Because as the brand grew, we collaborated more with other producers and writers. So it's just this plethora of music, right? And it's like, well, do we dig in and do what is necessary marketing-wise, or do we just continue with the momentum? Because watching the game right now is like, yes, everybody on social media, everybody looking for content.
Yep.
Everybody looking for the story to engage people.
The clickbait.
The everything, whatever you want to call it, and then give the product, right? And that is the way of the entertainment right now,
Yeah.
right? But the world is a cycle as well. And then there are some people that just true to their artistry, like myself, where, yes, I understand the marketing tactics and so on and so forth, but there's something pure and raw about energy that you can't deny either, you know. When it bursts through, it bursts through. And we just end up deciding, man, we just gonna keep the ball rolling after the carnival.
After the
you know,
carnival, right.
You know, we did so much for the carnival season where soca is concerned, but we also have a lot of fans of, you know, people who hear the R&B influences, and that is why they tend to listen to GBM music the way they do. They hear the dancehall influences, they hear the Afro influences, and they like those hybrid sounds. And, you know, carnival season intense. And it's Soca Nation, not just from GBM, but from all the other soca artists as well. But when Carnival, when that timing pass, even though I'm a soca artist, if you go back in the archives, you will always hear myself represent just being an artist from the Caribbean, loving all the songs of the Caribbean, from compa to soca to bouillon to dancehall to the list goes on, right? That's the energy. That's the energy that came through creatively, and it was good time. So we just
let go picture frame.
Back to back too, because it was picture frame, then it was Tessie. Right now it's like the team saying, all right. We give it, hold on a little bit because it have more, but it's like they're like, hold on.
Let these two marinate, let them breathe a little bit.
As they say, let kusu me.
Let kusu.
Let kusu.
No, your event.
Yeah.
Because I know you're here in St. Thomas, we're looking forward to seeing you performing on that, your event. Soul of Soca. Tell us a little something about that brand and where can folks look forward to it next?
So we've been doing Soul of Soca, which Sol SOL, which is like sons and daughters, the children of Calypso, which is soca music. And the art is so much metaphors and analogies in the whole branding of it, right? This year was our second year officially in Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, as God permit, we continue in the installments. Definitely, God permit, 2027 Trinidad and Tobago Soul of Soca. You could look out for us there.
Right.
We've also been doing NY for all the Brooklyn fam, all the NYC fam, all the Queens, Jersey, Long Island, Bronx, Harlem, the whole New York contingent and surrounding areas, DMV, Boston, you understand, people who just come up from Florida and everything. We also do an edition, Soul edition, like a New York edition for those people as well. And we months away from something.
See, I can't get exclusive. I was trying to get exclusive there, but I ain't getting that one, but you getting that one, but.
I mean, all you tap into what's going on here with D-Live, tap into what's going on with GBM, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you will get the information when that timing is right. Now, everything is timing too.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to it. I mean, as you say, tap in, because I know I will get it from them. So I will definitely be bringing it all here, but looking forward to you performing in the village.
Listen, I think tonight's performance is going to be especially special because this is not my third time in St. Thomas, but I've had the pleasure of doing St. John's. I've had the pleasure of doing St. Croix.
Yes.
And now I'm doing St. Thomas. So big up to the entire team behind all the festival, like the villages they calling them, right? Because
village.
It's like a village stage. It's you know, you have food stalls, you have,
and it's free.
It's free for patrons to come in and enjoy soca artists from all across the Caribbean. I think it's a really amazing idea. It's something that I've been enjoying since the first time that I did it.
Right.
And tonight now getting to add St. Thomas to the collection is like
You make the full circle.
Yeah, I make the full circle, and the energy just have me excited because it's not something that I foresaw. It's not something that I could have said that in this space and time I was going to be able to do all the U.S. Virgin Islands. You know, so that's something that I look at as a personal accomplishment. And again, I thank the organizers behind the whole process. Tonight going to be amazing.
Folks, GBM Neutron, look out for him tonight on that Festival Village stage. After that, where you guys headed to next?
Oh, we in ETL, baby. Atlanta Carnival coming to you real soon.
GBM Neutron, man.